And we're off. I think we might be live. Alright. Alright. Hey guys. One viewer. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Inking today. Not penciling anything. It's already been done. So, decided to ink this bad boy here. Recently finished. If you hear that little humming in the background, I got a new AC, so it's a little bit less, a lot less loud actually. It's a nice and quieter one, but it will still be coming on here and there. Alright, so we got Batman, Hellboy, mashup here. See how it goes. I'm going to be using traditional tools today rather than Microns. Going to be using some nibs, some brushes, things like that, of that nature. Alright, let's see where we can go with this. And this pen is a G Zebra, I think. And one of the pens I picked up recently. One of the nibs. Ordered a bunch as like a set and decided to try them and really enjoying them. So, yeah, I'm usually on the live stream I'm gonna hey Zeb. On the streams I usually do the microns and all that, but I need to stick with my tools that I usually use now, and I'm kind of migrated to these, and find it a lot more natural. It gives me a bit more freedom and kind of movement. I am going to be moving this around a little bit, the drawing, so you might lose some sight of it for a second here and there. But for now I'm just outlining. So yeah, that's the process is usually I just outline the entire kind of an outer space, and then I work on the inside with a slightly sharper nib. And sometimes brush. One of my recent pieces that I did of the Grundy, pretty much did the entire thing with an actual sable brush, because the pens that I used were kind of fading when I erased the pencil marks. They weren't they weren't microns, so they were not the greatest. But honestly, using nibs, I just feel so much more freedom and movement here. When I move the pen, I can turn on the side and make a thinner line. You can turn it the other way and make a line thicker. it's a little late for a lot of folks, but and it's what, Saturday night, everybody's busy, but yeah, it's the time I found, so this is the time I can do this for you live guys. And once again, disclosure here, full disclosure, I'm not a professional comic book artist. I haven't worked for any of the DC, Marvels, Image, and none of the Dark Horse or anybody like that. I would love to one day, but haven't. And I'm just a simple art teacher who has a passion for comics, and but you know, teaching art, of course. I do have privilege to draw almost every single day, almost. And polish up my skills. And I did scan this drawing, so I have a copy of it digitally. Push comes to shove, it needs to be inked digitally, in case somebody wants to use it as a cover. Yeah. There we go. And ink that I use is a simple diluted with distilled water, but I'm using this traditional Chinese ink, so ultra black, and I dilute it with distilled water and water it down a little bit, so because it comes in really thick. Yeah, so I enjoyed this ink. It's nice, and not that I don't enjoy others, but I haven't tried ink that I haven't liked yet. Hope this is visible quite well. I hope. Levin, what's going on? Hope you don't mind if I cook while you ink. Oh, no problem. Cook all you want, buddy. I'm gonna try to look at the different. I have it pulled up over here on the screen for me, so I'm gonna try to look at the screen there for the chat. Cook, eat, whatever it is you guys want to do. You do it. I'll be here inking it up. Might go longer than my usual 2 hours, but I'm not a slow inker, I would say. I got speed on me here, and sometimes I take my time, and there's that very super meticulous detail here in there that I have. And this one, it turned out so well that I really want to take my time on that. yeah, I haven't been streaming lately as much as I used to, and it kind of took um, a slight backseat uh, from my channel just to take a break, and I had a master's degree to finish, and Instagram posts and commissions taking quite a bit of time. So with all that, we're back a little bit more, a little bit more time now, because the master's program is finished. So I'm graduating next Saturday, a week from today. Yeah. Then I'm gonna march straight to the office, my boss's office, and demand a raise. Although it's automatic when you get masters with my job, so it was just I thought it would be fun to say it anyway. You see, you do that on TV all the time. Yep. Also, you will see me work when I'm working on one um, subject matter here. I usually kind of move around from one space to the other, kind of like from here to there to there to there. I like to move all the way around a little bit, because I feel like that's shows me what my artwork looks like from how it pulls together at the same time, rather than just one spot at a time. Sometimes with ink you can embellish things, which really helps. That's one cool thing about the inking, is that you have the pencils done, but the inks will look different, because it's like another interpretation of your original work of art. You can add, subtract things, slightly change things, not quite a lot, but some, in some spaces. But yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Zeb. I don't use markers to ink. Um, yeah, it's something I've never. I think I may have just tried on some little sketches, but for the larger spots, um, I never used Copics. I mean, I've used Copics, but never seriously enough to do this. And I know that, like Adam Hughes, he uses them extensively, and it looks great. I just don't have time to learn Copics. I paint traditionally. I do gouache, watercolor, acrylic. I kind of stepped away from oils Um, so I don't use markers, but I use color here and there. And I just recently did one in gouache of a Ninja Turtle, Raphael, and that was a lot of fun because I haven't done gouache in forever, and it was a fun little challenge to do a quick painting, which took me a couple hours, and I was done. It was a small painting. So, yeah. But in a black and white work, I don't use markers. Although I have noticed, I've been reading the comic by Mark Silvestri that he's been working on for DC, Batman and Joker, the Deadly Duo, and I've noticed that some of the spots where you can see ink, it looks like he's actually using markers, just a marker to shade in a whole huge piece of like a space. It's interesting. I mean, it's time saving, I'm sure, but it looks like just a marker. I'm like, wow, you can make it look good. And then I've seen other artists beside Adam Hughes to use the mark as well. You know, Copics, and I picked up ink not that long ago. A couple years ago, really started inking in 2020. Now I'm talking. I've drawn pen drawings before, but not to the serious level or decided to do anything too serious. And I finally decided to get serious with comic book work, comic book art, and took it as a personal challenge, and started inking as well, because I thought, you know, if I do get in the industry, a lot of times it's you trust yourself more to do inking as much as you are penciling. Um, Sometimes even color, and of course, you know, with color, I'd rather someone else do it. It's just because of how much time while you are working on another page, pencil and inking, somebody already could be finishing color on your first page. I feel like it's taken away from good colorists if you do try to do all yourself. Especially if you're working for a company like, you know, DC or other big companies. So it's good to share the wealth, I guess, if you say. I mean, yeah, you also share the credit for it, but I think it's worth it. You know, but penciling is where idea starts and pretty much stays. You go beyond that, it's just filling in the blanks, really. Filling in the, you know, ink is just polishing, and then color is polishing even further. Uh, However, you know, colorist needs the guidance too, and usually script has that. You know, it's a midnight, and the moon is in the full light, and or it's a broad daylight, and so on and so forth. You know, just the guidance. Kind of helps. colorists to figure out what they're doing. But when you're inking, pencil and inking yourself, I feel like it's a good combo for an artist to do both the same. I've dug all your stuff. I've seen on Facebook. Are you able to turn your mic up? Oh, can you hear me very well? Okay, let me see if I can do something. Let me check. Hope this is better. Just let me know if it does sound better. I turned it up a little bit. I don't want to sound too loud. I've seen some of my videos that kind of turned out really loud. I could seriously do this whole thing with this pen. I love it. I love this pen. I also love my the 22 nib. This one. It's a nice nib. This is the zebra. That's the G, and it's pretty pointy. But the 22 has been trusty. It's a good little. I'm gonna get into details right here with that one. But this G zebra kind of holds a lot of ink for a while, which I really enjoy. I don't have to dip back as much. The gun, yes, this is going to be a slightly meticulous job. And thank you. I'm glad you enjoy my work, Zeb. Thank you. Just an old guy trying to break into comic business. And yes, I do enjoy kind of doing the line work free-handed. I feel like it doesn't look as static with a ruler, and just it doesn't look mechanic. Sometimes it just look, oh man, they just did that digitally or something. Sometimes it looks that way. I like that. You know, that's where the part where the art comes through. Yeah, it looks cool when it's all, you know, straight, and sometimes, and I'll get there, hopefully. That's where like for now, I'll do okay free-handed. There's a gap in between these two here. If you've ever seen a revolver, you know. Embellish sometimes. Give it a little extra. Yeah. Hey, Efrain, what's going on, buddy? Dan, evening. Welcome, guys. I'm just getting pretty much started over here. I'm trying to stay within the camera. Yeah. How's everybody tonight? Everybody doing all right? I'm certainly hoping so. Okay, so Batman almost all lined up. You guys see this? Okay, good. Efrain has been putting out some good work lately, man. Enjoy that, buddy. Good stuff. All those fun anime pieces. So good. Just outlining some parts here. The necessary parts. Tell you what, I had a fun time deciding whose head to put on the spit here. You know, on these stakes here. Figure I put the main guy, you know, the Joker, and then Crowanin over here for the Hellboy. And then throw some chains in. I mean, my original design had no chains in it, and I decided to go ahead and throw the chains in there too. Just a little different. I wasn't gonna put Spawn in here as well. That would have been just too much for me to handle, I think. Because I know Batman is working with Spawn and the latest and greatest from Capullo and McFarlane out there. I saw that. But Hellboy and Batman, you know, what are you gonna do? It's just kind of something I haven't seen, honestly, and thought I'd be doing this since Mike Mignola did, or Mike Mignola. I'm still really trying to figure out how to pronounce his name, but he did the work on Batman and back in the day before he became the Hellboy famous, which is amazing. My favorite character, I think. Yeah, it's I feel like hands down my favorite character. And Batman is my favorite character in DC. So yeah, there you go, two of my top guys here. That's nice little shadow here on the screw. Look at that nice little tiny little shadow here. Bob Ross over here, you know, happy trees and all that. Okay. Just created this fun looking chain link here that has little shredded metal edges, so it's very rough. It appears very rough. Hopefully my texture came through as I wanted to look. Creating something like this is it didn't take me as long as I thought. It's just thought process was I started off drawing some Silver Surfer and ended up with this at some point, because I just started thinking, ooh, how about this combo of these guys? And the pose really just came after one bad sketch. I decided to do another one. I was like, you know what? Yep, that's it. And so I liked it, and I stuck with it. And then I decided to do the final. And I've learned my lesson. So I have some chains in the back, some chains in the mid range, and some chains coming right at me. And that's your guys' advices through the last few years. This guy's looking good. Haha, thank you, Henry. Thank you. Hi. Welcome. Welcome to the stream, buddy. But lately, what you guys been seeing from me in inking is this is my usual. I usually work with these now. I use microns only when I really feel rushed or I feel like I put out better work with these. Just want to kind of let that ink pen go flat like that against it, like that, not sideways but flat. That's when I get that nice thick line. But when it goes sideways a little bit, it gets thin. There you go, something like that. that tiny one. I'm gonna have to use a different nib for that. Yeah. I was also toying with the idea of putting the Hellboy's logo, BPRD, this one right here. So let's think about this logo right here. Put inside the Batman logo, and then it was gonna look too awkward and small, so I backed off. And I changed the logo a little bit, made it look dragon-like rather than a bat or a scary kind of bat, since you know it is a crossover a little bit here. Make it look scarier. And one of my followers on Instagram suggested, you know, that'd be cool, you know, if you see, so credits due. He said, well, it'd be cool to, if you see that horns stick, you know, coming through his helmet, the guard thing that he has. I was like, you know what? Say no more, because the original didn't have it. I didn't have it on there. So that's the kind of idea I had. So that was the original first little rough, and I was like, ooh, ugly. So I'm like, okay, let's do this. Try another one. So there I go. Crane and helmet practice. There I go. So that's a kind of my train of thought here. Trail of thought. Yeah. Yes, Deadly Duo, correct, yes. Yeah. I have three issues on the pre-order. I'm waiting for them to come in. I think I have the first 4 or 3 of them, I'm not sure. So good though. So good. There we go. Thanks for showing your layouts. Always very cool. Oh, you're welcome, Henry. I'm glad to show it to you guys. I'd like for you guys to see how I, you know, kind of think through my ideas, and I don't borrow ideas. I try to use my original. Otherwise, I feel like there's no point. I mean, the character already been created, so we're creating someone else's idea in a way, just you redrawing it. At this point, it doesn't make me want to do it. I just, you know. you're starting out and you're practicing, sure, why not? Okay, I'm gonna rinse this one out. Switch up to my 22 for a bit. But I don't know if I'll get to use this brush today, but if I do, I just wanted to show you guys. And these brushes, got it from, my wife got it for me for Christmas, from Jerry's Artorama. So, I don't know how to show it to you better, but it's a Da Vinci brushes. This one's a 3, and it's a Series 35, Kalinsky, Tobolsky Kalinsky brush, Germany. So, and this sucker has a very nice point. I know that all the professionals say swear by the, you know, was the Winsor & Newton Series 7. But check this out. Check this out. Look at that. Look at that sharp. I mean, it's sharp. If you want to go deep, a little thicker, and then go up thinner, it's, I mean, it's just, I just love it. Just love it. And then, if you want to do the little streaks, this thing is sharp. So I just want to show you guys before I go back to my nibs here. Yeah, great brush. If you ever get a chance to pick it up, they sell them a set of 4, and there are a couple more right here. And these are Series 11, Series 10. I'm not sure. And they're also all threes. I'm not sure which ones I like better, but apparently not this one because one of the hairs already coming out. But they're good brushes, really good brushes. Yeah, quite affordable too. So, okay, 22. Let's go. All right, so where were we? It's a little tiny now. There we go. There we go. Shut them. Okay. Let's see what we can do with the face here. This is what I have to be very careful and sometimes turn on the side to make the line I want. shadow going. Taking a lot of my concentration right now, guys. I think Batman's really upset in this one. Or Hellbat as I call him, but somebody suggested Bat Out of Hell, and I kind of enjoyed that one. Thanks for that. A little bit of shadow here too. Oh, it's coming along a little bit now. Yes, some of those brushes can be, and I agree with that. But when you stumble upon a good brush, try to remember what it is always. I've had the brushes and had some mediocre brushes through my career as an artist. And I'd like to say that this one that I got, this Da Vinci brush is a great, like probably the best I've used. I can't complain. But I buy it at Jerry's Artorama. That's where I go a lot of times. Okay, here. a trick I learned from Frank Cho. Just go in one direction, then switch if you have to, you know. But I've known hatching all my life, and I did the pencil drawings. They're cross hatching all the time. That's basically my favorite form of shading. But some of the inking stuff is just good to know that there's similar ways of approaching this. Yes, it's, I'll switch back to the G zebra nib. Okay. Those shadows. Fun. It does, yes. Yes, definitely clean your brushes, guys. I wash my brushes with soap, a specific soap made for brushes, after every time I use them. And as much as I use the whole ink washes, I gotta have brushes. And for the bigger pieces, like bigger spaces, I use a kind of a cheapo brush, synthetic stuff. Like for example, in this area, I honestly better off using actual brush. It's also, don't always test the brush before. Make sure it's not has. Oh, sorry about that. Ooh. Make sure it doesn't have too much. one thing I like about a brush. You go from this to this, and like just the pressure. If you're cross hatching. There you go. Oh, with the brush. And then you can play with pressure and get solid for a moment. See? Then change pressure again and go lighter and cross hatch. It's just so much more natural to me. I guess painting for so long that becomes better adapted to painting with doing this with a brush rather than actual pen. Make all kinds of lines with this. All right, gotta go feed the child. Go feed the child. Yep. All right, sounds good. Embellish a little. Mm-hmm. But then again, it's everybody has a preference, so you do what you want to do. I find myself more and more drawn towards a brush than anything else. Nibs, brush is fine. The nibs are okay, but you know, just something about a brush. I would like to say that this is going to be a quick job, but no. I'll be lying. Shirt here. The suit or whatever. Bit nice little creases there. Is that the Joker said? Yes. The helmet is the Kroanen. Kroanen, he's the Hellboy villain. Forgot his first name, but spelled Kroenen. If you watch Guillermo del Toro's first Hellboy that was made, Kroanen shows up. He has the different type of helmets all the time, and it has nice little knives coming out of his top of the arm there. He's a fun villain, very fun villain. They don't want to spoil it for you, but in the context, he's the one they bring the body of when they capture him. Just thought he was dead. Brought his body to the compound of theirs and tried to dissect him, and then he woke up and Rasputin shows up, and then they ended up killing a good guy, which was very sad. Man, Del Toro knows how to make movies, man, I tell you. That one made me feel. I was I watched the newer Hellboy made a couple years ago. It was okay. Just I like the whole Baba Yaga thing, and actor did a good job portraying Hellboy, of course. But I found the villain lacking. The character that Mila Jovovich played. It was just something about that character wasn't. It's kind of like meh. Okay. Well, oh, Efrain, hey. The question here, okay. How did I come up with the idea for these two? I was thinking, kind of going back and forth with, I was drawing a Silver Surfer, but then just nothing was coming out. So I started thinking of having done a mashup. And then I've been drawing Batman, which is the recent piece was Batman I did with the Grundy, and I was like, I didn't really want to do another Batman, but I started thinking Hellboy again. I said maybe I need to do another one, so I haven't done it in a while. And then it kind of came to me that Mignola did both of these. He did the books, Batman books for the DC, way back when, and you know, Hellboy, of course. And I was like, ooh, what would be kind of fun, match these two together. And then I just started playing the idea of how that was them, and this is it. This is what came out of it. Horns came later. One of my Instagram followers suggested, he's like, wouldn't it be cool? And I was like, all right, yeah, it would. So thanks to him, we have horns. I thought of horns first of all, to kind of like, then I was like, I don't think it's gonna work out. And once the suggestion came, I was like, you know, I guess I'll give it a go. And I'm glad I did. See it this way, when you do it this way, you can pull a lot nicer lines sometimes, not all the time. And just playing with the pressure. Yeah, the newer Hellboy was okay, but I thought Ron Perlman was, yes. I don't know, Ron did it. Ron did it really well. I still am. And I just think, I don't know. It's like Magnola and Magnola likes the creatures. Guillermo del Toro likes the creatures, and they just mesh together really well. They had the vision together, so that kind of came really, really well in the film. In the both films, actually. Now, not gonna lie, the second film was okay. Creatures was great. Golden Army was fantastic. But I'm no movie critic, but when I see cheesy writing, I call it out. Some of the conversations were a little bit cheesy. See guys, I did that whole arm, like bicep right there, all with just a brush. So. Oh, Extreme Maybe. Thank you for subscribing. Welcome to my channel. I occasionally stream. I try. Sorry that lately has been kind of hectic, guys, but you know, no promises yet, but I will do my best to get back in the streaming circuit here. Alright, so let's block in some of these big pieces here. So, all right, so out of that big bottle, I just diluted in this little thing, and then I can just go to work. Yeah. And if I showed you how that real ink is without diluting it, the thing I have is one of my pieces actually inked that way, and holy smokes, you can see the layers of ink, like thick drips. And so yeah, with this, even with this brush, you can cover quite a bit of quite a bit of a space. And what I like to do at the bottom here is get a little bit of that water. Pick some of this up. Just make it a little bit watery there. Give it a bit of an effect here. then just come out here. Some grass here too. Yeah, there you go. Just a little bit of effect there. So, for those of you who want to get away from maybe, I mean, they're a little cheaper, I guess, but if you ever want to switch to this, it's basically like what David Finch uses in the gray Pentel, just like I used to use. Inking pen, brush pen, but in this case it's literal brush. It's just the refill is, you know, comes in the bottle of ink and lasts a long time. There we go. This brush also has a very good capacity of holding a lot of ink. Has a good body, so it holds a lot of good ink, a lot of ink. We enjoy watching you, haha, do art whenever you have the time to stream. It's okay with us. We're online when we're happy to watch you draw. Thanks for having us. Hey, Henry, anytime. So glad you guys came. Thanks so much. Hopefully I gave you some, you know, entertainment and useful information. And I think right now is the time. Well, how long will we go? Hour and 25. It'll be a sketch of the week time. I guess I can show you guys sketch of the week. But if you're on, I guess, Instagram, it's been a while since I've had the sketch of the week. And you guys seen all my work, my latest. And also pause. So I have one can for the dirty inky water, and then one really clean, just to rinse out with a clean, and then wipe it off on the towel. Set it on my trusty little pen hole, brush holder that I made out of 1/4-inch plywood and a 2x4 in between. Painted it, so it has my little brushes anytime I need to. Alright, sketch of the week, aka the ink drawing of the week. Here we go. Let's pull back a little here. Alright, the old Ninja Turtle Mikey over here. I changed my little streaming, beginning of my streaming, to this image. I just like it so much. But yeah, heck of a fun creating textures. A lot of this is done the same way I'm just doing it right now. So yeah, he's standing on the roof and it has some telephone poles creating shadows with the telephone lines. yeah, this was a fun piece. Fun to be creative with it. All right, let's get back to it. All right. All right. Let's back it up a little. Here we go. Oh, my wife is sneaking in here.
What's the smell?
I'm glad I didn't spill my tea all over. It's gonna be all over this, and it'll be all over. What's up, hon?
What's the smell?
I don't know.
Are you not high?
No.
It's not your ink that you're using?
No, no. It's something in there. Yeah.
Why do you keep it outside?
Probably.
Because I smelled it right when I came in.
Well, that's when I come back in the house. I was so happy. I get all these fumes. You know, I need to get that thing out too. All right. Back to it. We just had a, you know, sketch of the week.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm. That Ninja Turtle.
Nice.
All right. Let's get this guy.
I've been watching it here and there.
Hmm?
I've been watching it here and there.
Oh, awesome. Looks like it still might be a bit wet. Not really. Let's just turn it upside down for that. Pouches. As Rob Liefeld said, you can never have enough pouches, I guess, so I just followed that rule. Have a lot of pouches. I'm just so much more comfortable with the pen. I mean with the brush. Not the pen. There we go. And yeah. I need to get a piece of paper underneath my hand here. Or just use this. Yeah. My nifty little maul stick. So here I just shutters continue and kind of follow through. Join it together here a little bit. I want to create this nice little cross hatching with the brush here. So that's does create a pretty fun little lines here. Happy trees and whatnot.
Mm.
In this case, happy breaking rock arm here. So thin. And I keep reminding my wife, who's right here, that this is probably one of the best presents I've ever gotten. Because this brush is so good. So good.
Nice.
Thank you. Besides, of course, this wonderful table that I'm
Yeah,
drawing on
yeah.
right now.
Better be.
Yeah, you really hooked me up. Spoiled. Just a little. You can be my moderator, babe.
Nobody's talking.
Okay. My wife comes in, everybody stop talking. Come on now. I don't know. Maybe have to be a double session for this one. This thing is getting very aggressively time consuming. Which, if you want to do anything right, you gotta spend time. Take your time.
After dipping your brush, it's amazing how much you can do without dipping it in again. A little goes a long way.
Yes. It does. And that's what I love about doing it with this brush here. Yeah. Trying to go in the same direction. Try to keep a consistent pressure. don't want to do too many really dark areas here on the arm. Just leave that to the color, you know, colors. If anybody ever colors this thing. That'll be fun. You know, you read that comment for me, and I understand why David Finch has Meredith there. Never pick up my, you know, pen, just keep going. Or my brush. Ooh, I love this brush. Okay, take a break from this meticulous thing and let's just get this done. Finish this. In wonderful traditions of old, hide the feet. Hiding the feet with the best of them. See, and you can create this. Just in reverse, you know? Instead of with the pen, you kind of brush out. This one's kind of brush in from the thinner point to the thicker point. Picked that up somewhere from another artist too. Some entry was talking about. They were talking about how to create that line with the brush. Okay, babe.
Love you.
Love you.
I locked it.
Okay, thank you. There. There still has quite a bit left here. Sometimes I would like to go left to right as well. This way. I don't know if you guys can see this very well, but it's just That's the reflection from the arm and the gun a little bit here. So, we've been going for quite a bit. Ambitious drawing. That's why it's time consuming. And if it was a simple, little tiny detail stuff, yeah, we'll get done in an hour and a half. But it being so much detail, I'm gonna have to maybe stretch it out a little bit. And this is a lot of times with the pen, the nib comes in a little bit here, and because you can do the pressure a little bit differently here. And a straight line, and before I make a mess here. Now we're going to the directions. So along those lines. And then it's so on, so on, so forth disappears. Yeah. Okay. Finding things that we got that touch up on. And the nibs and the pans is always needed, because some of the things that the texture you can create with the pen is completely different than what you can do with a brush. That's why multiple array of tools is always good to have. like I'm good at this point, and then rest I can do with the brush. Now come in. I have this space here, definitely really dark. There we go. There. And here. Stipple of some tiny kind of joint. There we go. Well, it's kind of fades into that. Yeah. And then you come over here and start cross-hatching. Just start filling it in, and then back to cross-hatching. Some filled in, some not. Since the shadow comes from the top, the light comes from the top, we create the shadow here. There we go. There we go. See, some details weren't here, and then we add them as we go along. Little shadow there. Stronger shadow here. Yeah. This is what we got going on so far. Yeah. Oh, hey Dennis. Oh, it's going great, man. Slowly, but surely here. Getting things done. How are you doing, buddy? Just doing some different textures, rocks, leather, cloth. The fun stuff. Okay, so we're going to go in the same direction here. This one can be a little heavier here for the contrast. Mm-hmm. We're still here, brother. All right, Henry. Awesome. That's cool. That's cool. Dragon Dennis, what's going on, buddy? I hope you, you know, stop dragging and get the film better. That's for sure. I need you in the good spirits, buddy. Hope everybody in good spirits. Okay. Whew. That big red right hand is getting heavy. Cannot imagine right now doing the inks on my 17 by 14 thing that you guys see right there behind the chat. Doing that guy with a brush, whew, that would, that'd probably make me want to quit. a lot of rock. Sometimes accidents happen, and make the best of it. Make it look like there's a bit of a crack here. Boom, done. Make some extra cracks come out of it. There we go. So accident happened. Try to make it look like actual crack inside the fist. There you go. Adds a little extra character to it. Okay. No barbarian tonight. Oh, thanks, Dennis. I appreciate that. Yeah, I haven't seen him. I have not seen him. It could have been late notice from me. I don't know. It's one of those things. I didn't advertise. I just said, but earlier today just popped up, said I'll be going live, and then bam, went live later. Okay. All right, circle. Maybe do a little cheat here if I can. We'll find the right size of a circle because I did that freehand. So. I don't like it, but close enough. I'm gonna make it look like it's been sewed on there. All right. Yeah, that works. Okay. A few more shadows, guys, and then it's a wrap, I think, for tonight. It's almost 10 o'clock for me. But I will post the finished ink piece. Just get these pouches done here. There we go. little bit of shadow here from the belt. There's a way of not loading the brush all the way, and that's what I'm doing right now. I'm not loading it all the way, so it doesn't hold as much because I don't need that much. Okay, well the pouches are done, so I guess it's almost that time. But knowing me, I can't let it go. Okay. Alright guys, this is as far as I got today. Feel like it was a lot of fun though. Did quite a bit. So this is a fun couple hours. And I just can't handle sitting so long, and my legs are getting tired. It's just sitting. Whew. Thanks Dennis. Appreciate that. Glad you think so. Yeah, just decided to do this mashup, and I'm quite happy with it. Just for the kicks here. The old David Finch favorite brush here. There's the difference. Difference is there's not a really solid point here, not a sharp point. And there we go. That was a little touch of that. And thank you guys. Thank you all for stopping by and my little studio here and watching me ink. And I hope it was fun, entertaining, and I hope you enjoyed some of the points I kind of touched on in my process and the tools I use. But hopefully we'll catch up soon, and I'll try to get back on and have enough ideas to consistently continue coming back here. And like I said, I can't stop sometimes, but like in this here, I feel like it would be more complete if I did this and finish this real quick. But you know, come back and watch more streams, and we will talk and discuss comics and the new stuff that's going on, and the awesome Batman movie that's coming out soon. Oh wait, it's Flash movie. And we could discuss that hopefully soon. And meanwhile, you know, everybody's waiting for the Ahsoka Tano series on Disney, and I don't know what's going on. What's coming from Marvel these days. But I've been watching Sweet Tooth season 2. If you guys know, that's based on comic book and that's on Netflix. It's a fun little show. It's different. I've never read the books, but I enjoyed the show. So first season was interesting. Second one's starting off slow, but we'll see how it goes. And I'll try to continue to come back here, and I'm learning more about myself in that I don't need to rush the process. I need to work in my pace that I work. It doesn't matter if it's streaming or not, because I want to put out good work. And in 23 I told myself that I'm not putting out crap work. And what I felt like the last time I was live, that I don't know, that Omega Red just wasn't up to my standards. I looked at it later and I wanted to literally throw it away and burn it, something. But I'm continuously listening to Rob Liefeld's observations as well. Those have been fun to listen to, all those little stories that I missed out on throughout the years because I didn't grow up with all that stuff. So there you go. There you go. The leg is there, kind of disappearing there in the back. Man, this was good. This is a good little session, guys. Thank you all really much, very much for stopping by. This is extreme, maybe, but and let's continue drawing, creating, and see where it takes us all. You know, comics has been so much fun. Coming from doing fine arts and always being a fan of comics, to learn to do this kind of stuff is just, it's been a blast, and I'll continue doing it regardless if I'll be in comics or not. So keep drawing, guys, and nice to see you all again tonight. So catch you soon, hopefully next week. All right, have a good night.